Hey guys, welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. This ep, we're just gonna head out to the Hinterlands and talk to this Grey Warden that Leliana said she found. But while we're here, we may as well chat to the Iron Bull, who we've, requisitioned into our service. But I wonder if anyone else has anything extra to say. Probably not. But it doesn't hurt to try.
I'm listening.
Is there anything new? Any updates?
Anything I should know? I've nothing to report at the moment.
Never have anything to report, Leliana. Rather boring, as a matter of fact.
Back to work.
Which means Solus will have nothing to say. Hi, Breach. Whoa, I can't go through the middle of the conversation. That's a bit irritating. Does Sarah have anything new to say? Hey, Sarah.
Sitting and waiting. Great, yeah?
You know it. Thoughts about our allies?
What do you think about the people who have gathered? Again with your people. Right, which ones?
Bull.
Thoughts on Iron Bull? You make me wonder about things. What the women look like. Woof.
Oh,
We'll talk later.
she's brilliant.
Good, right?
Absolute quality.
Go on.
I'm going. Varric probably has nothing to say, so we'll just find Bull and just sell stuff along the way. Now, the Iron Bull resides just here by the blacksmith joint. Actually, I'll speak to the Bull first. Hey, Bull.
They've got good form. Cullen's putting his Templar training to good use.
Indeed. How do you know he was a Templar?
Did Cullen tell you he was a Templar? He's not wearing the armor.
He didn't have to. It might not be a Templar shield, but it's a Templar holding it.
That's very true. It's a
He angles
distinct
the shield
style.
just a bit down.
Distinct
Helps direct
style.
fire or acid away, so it doesn't spray right into your face. Kanari learned the same thing when we trained to fight Tevinter mages. Your Templar's doing good.
My Templar. Ooh. You could always help, you know. Yeah.
I'm impressed by what Cullen has accomplished with the troops.
Damn right. It takes time to build a group into a team, but he's got their loyalty. Now he just needs them to make a decent shield wall. Good to go. Biggest problem for the Inquisition right now isn't on the front line. It's at the top.
Because we have no leader. Yeah.
No Inquisitor.
We've got Cassandra. Cullen commands the troops. Leliana is our leader. Do we need one? Perhaps I should lead. Or not.
The Inquisition has done all right so far without an Inquisitor.
That's because all we've needed so far is damage control, reaction. A group can handle that. Once you've sealed the breach, it's going to be time to make decisions. Someone's going to have to step up.
It's very true.
Who knows? Maybe you sealed the breach. The Chantry gets off its ass and all those soldiers go home and get fat.
Good luck with that.
You think?
It could happen. It won't. But it could.
He's got such a happy way of looking at life.
How's it going?
Investigate. Tell me of the Ben Hasrath.
I'd like to know more about your work with the Ben Hasrath.
Ben Hasrath is actually a general term. You've got the secret police who investigate problems inside our territory. You've got the re-educators who take people with problems and fix their minds. Or make them disappear.
Yeah.
And then you've got the spies.
Re-educators.
How do the re-educators work?
I only know the basics. Wasn't my area. That said, keep a man awake long enough. Ask the right questions, give the right potions, and you can get him to say anything. You don't need blood magic or demons to change someone's mind. We're a lot more fragile than we'd like to believe.
True that. So your job is spying.
And you're a spy.
Close. I am now, I suppose. But that's not how I started. They sent me to Saharan because they needed someone who could fight and hunt down problems. That whole island was a sack of cats. Incursions from Tevinter, Tal-Vashath, and native rebels fighting both sides. And in the middle, me, trying to wrangle the rebels and restore order.
Poor Bull. Sounds difficult. Sounds impossible. Sounds fun for you.
You seem like the type who enjoys a good fight.
There's a good fight, and there's finding out who put rat poison in the bread and killed a bunch of
Oh
children.
dear God.
I hunted down a lot of rebels. Lost a lot of friends to the Vince, or the Fog Warriors, or the Talvashah. One day I woke up and couldn't think of a damned reason to keep doing my job. Turned myself into the re-educators.
Oh dear. Even knowing what they did, it worked out well enough. That was brave.
You'd heard what the re-educators did to their prisoners.
Yes, I had. I wanted them to fix me like they fixed them.
Sounds painful.
Ben Hasrath ordered me to go to Orlais, ostensibly as a Talvashah, and work undercover. That's how I ended up here.
It means I got to meet you. Romance, 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 but no. You've had a hard time. Wow. Interesting story.
Thanks for the information, Bull.
No problem, boss.
God, that was so
Anyway.
lackluster. A response.
Nice talking with you.
I should have picked something else. Anyway, I'm not done with you.
How's it going?
That's the Talvashoth. Tell me about the Canary in general.
I'd like to know more about the Kunari.
You writing a book?
I want to know more about you. They sound interesting.
What I've heard about them sounds fascinating.
I wouldn't go that far.
What you've heard was mostly horse shit. All right. What do you want to know?
What does Kunari mean?
The word Kunari, is that the race or the religion?
Both. Kind of. The humans and elves who follow the Qun are the Vidathari. The Kunari who break away from the Qun are Talvashah, deserters.
And those who predate the Kun?
What about Kunari who existed before the Kyun?
The people we came from. They're called the Kasith, but we don't use that word for the race. We came south to Thedas because the Kasith were... I don't know. We had to leave. The stories aren't clear. But I don't expect they look much like us. Whatever they are.
Great. Are they more beastie? How is it growing up as a
What's it
Kunari?
like growing up under the Kyun?
The Tamasrans raise us in these units of kids all our own age. They're like teachers or chantry sisters. They also helped figure out what jobs we should do. They had me pegged for military work early on. When they learned I could hit stuff and lie, they started training me for the Ben Hasra.
So, no families? You didn't choose your job? You must have been proud.
You never knew your parents.
No, I know for you folks, that's a big deal. The Tamasrans were like our parents, though. Taught us to read, helped us go to sleep.
Then why
All
do they
parents.
bother reproducing?
I remember the one who helped me build things with blocks. She laughed when I knocked everything down.
Like, if there's no joy in bringing up a child, what's the point of having a child? It just seems a bit strange. And if they just fell to the Kun?
Do you ever think about what would happen if the Kunari conquered Orlais or Ferelden?
Some folks, like Cassandra or Cullen, would do fine if they didn't die fighting. Those two love rules. But the mages... Can you imagine Solus trying his fade dreaming under the Qun?
No.
Or Vivian doing her political bullshit? Both Sarah and Varric would mouth off until they ended up re-educated. Drugged until their minds broke. So, to answer your question, no. I don't think about it much at all.
How do they govern?
How do the Kunari rule themselves?
It's pretty simple. We've got the matriarchy, the priesthood, and the military.
Matriarchy.
The priesthood figures out how Kunari should live in theory. The matriarchy makes it work in practice. And the military keeps the Kunari safe from outside threats.
It's a matriarchy. I don't remember that. Is there much dissent?
Does it actually work like that? Is there much infighting?
Not like you're thinking of. People disagree, yeah, but the priests are there to solve disagreements. Here in Orlais, politicking comes from people putting their own gain ahead of the gains of society. If you do that among the Kunari, the Ben Hasrath set you straight, or kill you.
It's a very society-minded people. Do you not marry?
I've heard there's no marriage among the Kunari.
Yeah, that's true. Kunari love our friends like anyone does, but we don't have sex with them.
Kunari don't have sex.
Oh, we definitely have sex. They're Tamasrans who pop your cork whenever you need it.
Like prostitutes?
Seriously?
Yes. It's not a big deal like it is here. It's like, I don't know, going to see a healer.
Dear God.
Sometimes it's this long, involved thing. It takes all day. Leaves you walking from Other times, you're in and out in 5 minutes. Thank you. See you next week.
I don't know what to say. It's bizarre. Sounds great. You don't know true passion.
I could work with that.
I know, right? No drama. Still, it's more fun here. Fewer rituals, more making it up as you go along.
Agreed.
Plus, you folk have redheads. Redheads.
You really love your redheads. Day-to-day life.
How is everyday life different for Kunari?
Depends on your job, I guess. Some are just about the same. A baker in Valroyo gets up, gets dressed, and starts work. A baker in Parvolan does the same thing. They don't care about the Empire or the cube. Mostly they worry about breaking eggs and hope the dough rises right.
Except the baker isn't free.
It can't be exactly the same. The Kunari have no personal freedoms.
How many personal freedoms do you figure that baker in Valroyo has? Life isn't about freedom. The baker in Parvolan wonders if she'll be given enough eggs to do her work. Will they come on time? Will the kitchen workers get her bread while it's fresh, or will they come late and blame her because it's stale? Same crap in Valroyo. People are just people.
Yes and no.
See you later, Bull.
See ya.
Just thinking that you have freedom does make you a lot happier about life, to be honest. Cram!
What can I do for you?
How can I use you?
Iron Bull said the charges were at my disposal. Do you have any suggestions on how to use them?
Nothing jumps out at me. If I come up with any ideas, I'll let you know.
Sweet. Let's discuss Iron Bull.
I'd like to know more about the Iron Bull.
The chief. Last time I met him, he saved my life. I never thought I'd work for a Kunari, but he grows on you.
That
He's not like any commander I've ever worked for. That's for damn
He's
sure.
not like anybody for damn sure. How did you end up with him?
How did a Tevinter soldier wind up in a Kunari spy's mercenary company?
I wasn't a soldier at the time. I was in some trouble, trying to flee to Vinter. A tribune and his men caught me in a border town tavern. They meant to make an example of me. Bull killed them. Gave up his eye doing it.
Oh dear.
Patched me up and asked if I was looking for work. I've been putting up with his jokes ever since.
Isn't being Kunari odd? What kind of commander is he? He gave up his eye?
That's how he lost the eye.
Yes. The guards had me on the tavern floor when Bull came inside and yelled for them to stop. One of them saw trouble coming and figured he'd finish me off. The guard had a flare. Bull put himself between me and the blow. Big old idiot.
Ow.
Didn't even know me.
Sounds painful. What kind of commander is he?
How's Iron Bull as a commander?
If you know what you're doing and hold up your end, he's easy. He doesn't accept any less. It keeps us alive, he leads from the front, and if you've an idea that'll win the fight, he listens. I've seen bands whose captains had to prove they were swinging the biggest sword. Bull isn't like that. The charges might give him more lip than you'd expect, but every one of us would lay down our lives for the big ass.
I don't want to ask this. Is him being a Kunari odd? Because it's not a favourable reaction, but just ask it anyway.
Is it strange to work for a Kunari?
He hasn't tried to convert us to the Qun, if that's what you're asking. Bull's charges don't care who you light a candle for, so long as your shield stays up. If he hadn't told me he was Ben Hasroth, I'd have thought he'd left that life behind.
I'm surprised he told you.
I didn't expect he'd tell you all that he was a spy.
Not the whole band, but those who've been around long enough to
He's very
trust.
transparent.
He figures most of us would find out sooner or later.
Yeah.
It should come from him. Eyes to eye, he says.
It's
never messed up a
he's only
job.
got one.
He just writes letters back home. Lots of the boys write letters back home.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I'm not
We'll
done with you,
talk
Cram.
later.
As in, like, in 2 seconds. Tell me about the charges, Cram. Cram, 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 Cram. I'm hitting the button. Cram. What the hell is wrong with you people? Cram. What the heck? It, like, says I'm in combat. In dialogue, but I'm not. Cram. Tell me about the charges. Well, talking to you fix things.
What can I do for you?
Why the name Iron Bull, since it's asking?
How did you get the name Iron Bull?
I picked it. We don't have names under the cube. Just, I don't know. Job descriptions, I guess. When I came to Orlais, I chose the Iron Bull for myself.
Why that name, though?
But why specifically Iron Bull?
This may surprise you, but I really like hitting things.
Yeah, I got that.
Also, it's the Iron Bull, technically. I like having an article at the front.
I'm just amazed you know what an article is.
Like I'm not even a person, just a mindless weapon. An implement of destruction. That really
Fair enough.
works for me.
That makes sense.
See you later, Bull.
See ya.
Now, Cram. Tell me about the chart.
Can I help you?
No,
See you
Cram.
later, Bull.
See ya.
God, I'm like nowhere near you. Cram. I broke Cram. I didn't even know it was possible to break Cram. Well, shit.
My creator judge me.
I guess I'll come back, Cram. You can tell me some more later. What does it want me to do here? That's seriously the quest that it wants me to do? Complete all the astrariums? Why? No. Anyway, you want me to find the Lone Warden. I can do that. Usual party. Oh.
sir.
Okay, hi.
What is it?
You may want to look into this.
I don't want to. I've already fulfilled that requisition before. Must I do it again? Oh, it's wanting me to do a main plot line while I'm here as well. Well, you can just hold your horses. I'm going to check out this lone Grey Warden for Leliana. Oh, I can't actually go that way. My bad. Gosh, it's been a while since I've been to the Hinterlands. In real life, in real time. It's such a lovely, green, lush place. Oh, look at the light, the sun just filtering through the trees. Oh, such a beautiful place. Remember this place? This is the place where I said I wouldn't go before because I knew I had to come back here later. Yeah, that's this joint now. That's where Valamar was. I can't go too deep or she's going to drown. Okay, can I get up this way? I'm pretty sure I can. Yes, I can. Awesome. Just get the landmark on the way. Sweet. Eck. Okay. I just want to get rid of that. Hi! What up, guys?
They will make this a fight, not us.
How are things going? Hi, Blackwall.
Remember how to carry your shields. You're not hiding, you're holding. Otherwise, it's useless.
I'd be hiding.
Blackwall? Warden Blackwall?
You're not. How do you know my name? Who sent us?
Well, thanks for that. Although I totally just came from that
That's it.
way.
Help or get out. We're dealing with these idiots first. Conscripts, here they come.
Go! Delay in sound. Beautiful. No sound whatsoever. Even better. There we go. And that's them all. Lovely. That was really easy because there were so many of us killing them.
Sorry, bastards. Good work, conscripts. Even if this shouldn't have happened, they could have... Well, thieves are made, not born. Take back what they stole. Go back to your families. You saved yourselves. You're no farmer. Why do you know my
think-
name? Who are you?
Greetings are in order. That depends on who you ask. The Inquisition has questions.
I've been called a lot of things lately by a lot of people.
Well, I'm talking to you. Stop dancing. Wait. That gear. That's Inquisition.
And we're investigating whether missing wardens are involved in the Divine's death.
Maker's balls. The Wardens and the Divine. That can't... No, you're asking so you don't really know. First off, I didn't know they disappeared. But we do that, right? No more blight, job done. Wardens are the first thing forgotten. But one thing I'll tell you, no Warden killed the Divine. Our purpose isn't political.
I wasn't accusing wardens yet. Is it killing bandits? Then where are the wardens?
So where are the rest of you?
I haven't seen any Wardens for months. I travel alone, recruiting. Not much interest because the Archdemon is a decade dead, and no need to conscript because there's no blight coming. Treaties give Wardens the right to take what we need, who we need. These idiots forced this fight, so I conscripted their victims. They had to do what I said, so I told them to stand. Next time they won't need me. Grey Wardens can inspire. Make you better than you think you are.
Inspiring, but fruitless. You're giving me nothing. So, what's next for us? It's a romance option, isn't it? Yeah. Investigate. The treaties sound powerful. Where might wardens go?
Do you have any idea where the other wardens could have gone?
Maybe they returned to our stronghold at Weishaupt? That's
could
in
be.
Neanderthals, a long way north. I don't really know. Can't imagine why they'd all disappear at once, let alone where they'd disappear to.
What was the last option? Why haven't you disappeared?
Why haven't you gone missing like the rest of them?
Well, maybe I was going to. Or maybe there's a new directive, but a runner got lost or something. My job was to recruit on my own. Plan to stay that way for months. Years.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure, Warden Blackwall. But this didn't help at all.
Inquisition. Agent, did you say? Hold a moment. The Divine is dead and the sky is torn. Events like these, thinking we're absent is almost as bad as thinking we're involved. If you're trying to put things right, maybe you need a warden. Maybe you need me.
Yeah, why not?
Warden Blackwall, the Inquisition accepts your offer.
Good to hear. We both need to know what's going on. And perhaps I've been keeping to myself for too long.
Perhaps
This
indeed.
warden walks with the Inquisition.
Cool. No, I will maintain my current team. Thank you very much. I don't dislike Blackwall. It's just really hard to please in the
By the way,
responses.
You write some nice fight scenes.
Well, thank you.
Oh, you've
I'm
read it?
surprised you think so. They're not exactly realistic.
I figured that out when the good guy did a backflip while wearing a chainmail shirt.
And that didn't bother you?
Back in Zaharan, I fell on a guy who tried to stab me in the gut. I felt the blade chip as it went through my gut and hit my back ribs. But I was alive and on top. I soared through the armor on the rebel's neck, back and forth until it went red. I don't need a book to remind me that the world is full of horrible crap.
Impossible swashbuckling it is.
Oh gosh. Anyway, as I said, yeah. So I don't dislike Blackwall, and just also romancing him. He's like, to me, he's like over 50 years old. So that's just gross, utterly gross. And other people say it's really cool romance, really sweet. Like, no, just check the ink, the wrinkles on his face. It's just ugh. Like I like older. That is way too old. I'm definitely putting a limit on that. So definitely no Blackwall romance for Mish. Now that we're back in Haven, let's see if Krem would like to speak to me again.
What can I do for you?
Yay! Tell me about the charges.
Can we talk about the Bull's charges?
Best company you'll find from here to the Anderfells. In my time with the Chief, we've gone up against everything from bandits to magic trees.
Magic
We're
trees?
expensive, but you'll never doubt we're worth it.
I don't know that
Know anything
one.
in particular?
Tell me of an interesting job.
You said something about everything from bandits to magic trees. I'll admit to some curiosity.
Right. Sylvans. That's what Thedas called them. Apparently spirits can
Sylvans.
possess trees
Yeah,
too.
that's ringing a bell.
Some noble in the Dales, and they really don't like it when you call them Dalish nobles, had a haunted forest. His family had abandoned the land, but he wanted it back.
Haunted
The Chief
forest.
bought us all axes, and in we went. Between the axes and the torches, the Sylvans
Oh
weren't
my
too bad.
god.
Worst part was the squirrels.
What are your abilities?
Do the chargers specialize in anything from a tactical standpoint?
Bull doesn't want us large enough to work as an army. We're better as shock troops, as skirmishers. We've got archers for hitting enemy infantry, Dalish with more archery, and Skinner and her people on the flanks. Rocky handles fortifications and traps, and Stitches keeps us all fighting. They mostly hold back. I'll lead the frontline fighters with Grim, and the Chief goes wherever he can hit something.
I bet he does. Do you follow rules?
Are there rules for how mercenaries operate?
If you don't want some noble to treat you like bandits, yes. There's also a code of conduct most companies hold to. Keeps things civilized on the battlefield. We accept surrenders for ransom from mercenaries, nobles, and soldiers wearing a lord's colors. Our prisoners are treated well, injuries tended. We'd want the same for any of ours who got captured.
It's true enough.
We'll talk later.
Thank you, Krem. Now that you can finally speak to me. And we should speak with Blackwall. He's chilling over here somewhere. There he is. Yo, Blackwall, what up?
Make her look at it. So much easier to ignore when it's
I know,
far
right?
away.
Out of sight, out of mind.
And to actually walk out of it. To be that close.
I was lucky. You could get closer. It was nothing.
If I hadn't been saved by the Inquisition soldiers, I don't know what would have happened.
Inquisition soldiers? That's not what I've heard. The breach, the Divine's death, the Wardens. It doesn't make sense. There's so much we don't know.
No kidding. Your help will be invaluable. Is it we already? Just follow our lead.
Your experience with the Wardens will certainly be useful.
Mostly the treaties, I expect. Old parchments you're welcome to. What about you? How do you fit into all this?
I want peace. I'm not sure yet. Some worship me. I like that.
It's been a whirlwind. It's hard to say where I fit.
I guess we'll have to figure that out.
Indeed.
For me, I'll be satisfied so long as we find the bastards that killed the Divine.
Good luck
They
with
owe
that.
us some answers.
Indeed they do. Okay, Blackwall, there's plenty more we can talk about.
I've heard rumors of abandoned warden camps all over these parts.
But there are
If we
plenty
have
in
time, I'd like to take
Storm
a look,
Coast.
See if there's anything we can salvage.
I'm not taking you with me. You're strangely charming. Hell no. Tell me about the Wardens.
Let's talk about the Grey Wardens. You must know a lot about them.
The Wardens. I'm afraid we're less exciting than we
And
seem.
because there's no blight. What do Wardens do?
The Blight's been over for 10 years. What do Wardens do when the world's not ending?
There is still Darkspawn. Just because we killed so many in Ferelden doesn't mean they're gone. And the world is not so peaceful that there's no use for good men with swords. Sometimes you have to figure out for yourself what the pledge to protect others really means. It's not always about just archdemons and blights.
This is straightforward. You roll on the blight.
Where were you during the Blight?
Oh wow, check out that
Ferelden.
wind.
On my own, like always. Quietly killed my fair share of Darkspawn too.
Why were you travelling alone?
You haven't had contact with other Wardens for a while. Why were you on your own?
It's what I've always done. Recruitment only requires one man. Besides, I've always been a loner. Works best for everyone that way.
I can concur with that. Where have the Wardens gone?
So you have no idea where the rest of the Wardens are?
Do you find that odd? The Blight is over. We don't need an organised force.
Well,
And orders don't change much from day to day.
you never know when there might be another
For the
blight.
last 1,000 years or so, it's been just Find Darkspawn, kill them, repeat as necessary.
It's kind of what happens when you sign up for the Wardens. That is your
Let's
life.
continue this at another time.
That's why it sucks
As
to
you
be a Grey
wish.
Warden, among other reasons. Like, how you become
Inquisitor.
a Grey Warden is just, yeah. Let's talk about you.
I want to hear more about you.
Compared to yours, my life will seem dull indeed.
Well, your life is probably twice my lifespan. Where are you from?
Your name, Blackwall, doesn't sound Orlesian. Marcher then. Ferelden.
I was from the Free Marchers originally. Markham. That was a long time ago. Another life.
So you have a past. What colour is that? Nope, it's all good. We can ask that. There's no love hearts.
I hear that many wardens were once criminals.
True that.
You're right. And when you join, your past is forgotten, so let's leave it that way.
Fair enough. You weren't always a warden. Well, obviously
What
not.
did
You're
you do
not
before
born a
you
warden.
became a warden?
I was a soldier, a nobody trained to wield a sword and follow orders.
There's a lot of them going
Weary of
around.
fighting other men's wars,
So you became a warden.
more or less. Becoming a Grey
Oh, goodness.
Warden was the first time I felt like I mattered. The life I led before seems hollow in comparison. Perhaps one day it will fade away.
Why did you become a warden? To
Why
make your
did you
past
join
fade
the
away?
Wardens?
Because they remember honor and sacrifice. Words that have little meaning to the rest of us. Because they lay down their lives for those they have sworn to protect. We all need to believe there are such men in the world. I needed to believe I could be one of them.
Which is admirable.
We can continue this discussion at another time.
Very well.
And I think it was one last... No!
Something on your mind?
Thoughts on the Inquisition?
What do you think of the Inquisition?
I expected more. More men. Better equipment.
We're doing what we
You may
can.
have Andraste's favor, but wars are won by men, soldiers.
If you could procure some with the wave of your magic wand, that would be lovely. Why war at all? Wars are won in many ways. That's obvious.
Brute force is not always the answer. There are plenty of other paths to victory.
True enough. Still, it never hurts to be prepared. One thing I will say about your men. They're passionate, devoted. You inspire them.
You know it.
Build on that foundation, and you will have an army that makes nations tremble.
Haha. And that's it for today. Bye.
We should return
Blackwall.
to our duties.
As you wish. You are, after all, in charge.
That breach. It's quite scary looking. Okay, well, that's kind of it for now.
The maker. Fire is her water.
That's nice. So we've done most of the Hinterlandy stuff. There is sort of a major plot point that I can develop from the Hinterlands, but I want to put that off for a little bit because I think I'm too lower level to really attack it well. So Cullen mentioned a fair while ago that Inquisition soldiers had been captured by a tribe of Avar in the Falamaya. That's this joint down here. So you might actually head to the Falamaya next and liberate our poor captive men. So the quest is called Lost Souls. Inquisition soldiers are missing in the uncharted marshes of southern Ferelden. But I don't know why it's got this eye as a main quest item, because all it actually is the Astrariums on the coast. Why is that considered a main plot point? I don't get it. But yeah, no, we'll be heading to the Falamaya next ep. What's the other one we've got here? Memories of Grey. Blackwall possesses maps that chart old warden camps. Actually, that's a good point. So this is like Blackwall's, you know how the Red Lyrium is Varric's personal quest? These Memories of the Grey is Blackwall's personal quest. Blackwall possesses maps that chart all warden camps and outposts throughout Ferelden and Orlais. The wardens who abandoned these camps may have left behind artifacts of interest to Blackwall. So there are 2 in the Emprise du Lion, 2 in the Fallemire, 2 in the Western Approach, 2 in the Hinterlands, and 2 in Stormcoast. So I am at some point going to have to go back to these locations. I mean, I'm already going back to the Hinterlands eventually. And then once I figure out how to get to the west part of the map, I'll be going to the Stormcoast anyway. So those can be attained then. That's later in the game. I'm about to go there, and that's later in the game. God, it's way later in the game. I am nowhere near high enough level to attack Emprise du Lion. Not to mention the plot won't let me go there anyway. So, yeah. We will try to find Blackwall's artifacts in the Fallemire. You're supposed to, technically, plot-wise, you're supposed to take Blackwall with you to find these particular artifacts, but that requires having him with you, and I'd have to get rid of the bull. I mean, if I wanted to balance my mages, rogues, and warriors, I would have to change warrior out for warrior, but I just don't care enough about Blackwall to have him present during this. I really don't. So, sods Blackwall, you're just gonna have to say, really wish I could have been there, because it ain't happening. That's what we will be doing next ep. Are you still going on? That's lovely. I'm kind of busy here with my outro. If you could just hush, shh, shh. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you like this ep, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you next time in Fallemire.